Well, he is the man who plays a vital role in preserving and telling the history and culture of the Alamo. As we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, our Yami Virgin introduces you to Ernesto Rodriguez, the curator for the Alamo, a graduate of Edgewood ISD and St. Mary's University, who is preserving the history of Texas.
He grew up on San Gabriel, in the heart of the west side of San Antonio.
As a young boy, my mom one day said, "What do y'all want to do?" It was summertime. And she said, "What do y'all want to do today?" And we said, "Well, let's go downtown on the bus."
That ride downtown led Ernesto Rodriguez and his family to the Alamo.
And I remember visiting the Alamo, and we looked around, and in the back of the grounds, there were all these trees. And I thought to myself, one day I'd like to work there as a gardener so that I could climb the trees.
Rodriguez still remembers the souvenir whip his mom bought him at the gift shop that day.
It's that memory that stuck with me, and it's been with me ever since. Little did I know that the kid that wanted to climb trees would end up working at the site in a totally different field.
After graduating from Edgewood's Memorial High School, Rodriguez attended St. Mary's University, where he was encouraged to apply at the Alamo.
I applied at the Alamo because they were hiring history interpreters, guest experience people. And so I applied. My application was sent to the Daughters of the Republic of Texas Library. I interviewed with them because I had worked at the library at St. Mary's, and then they said, "No, you belong somewhere else."
His application was referred to the Alamo's curatorial department in September of 1999. It was supposed to be a 3-month job.
So it's been the longest 3 months of my life. The Mexican army had ordered.
25 years later, it's not lost on Rodriguez how the kid from Edgewood is now the curator of the Alamo, helping to shape the narrative of the history of Texas through research.
No matter where you're from, it's your story. And in what we're working on right now is trying to work on the new museum that's being built. And it's going to be an over 300-year story explaining the indigenous era, the Spanish era, the Mexican era, the Revolution era, which will be the biggest gallery, and post-revolution with the Republic of Texas.
Thanks to the mission of the Alamo, the true stories of the many different cultures and how Texans came to be are being told.
The first cowboys came out of the missions here. They were young kids that would get on a horse and go and round up herds and continue working. So everything that sets the Texan identity starts at these Spanish missions with the Spanish period. San Antonio is what I would consider the true melting pot.
Rodriguez has been at the heart of procuring new artifacts for the Alamo, and he has worked alongside British rock star Phil Collins for years, who donated his Alamo collection to the state of Texas. It is now housed here. Rodriguez reminds us, who tells the stories of the battle if all of the defenders were dead?
Women, children, and the enslaved. So our story is a story that comes out of the people without a voice. So the voiceless are loud and they're heard. And you're talking about almost 200 years later, and their voices still carry.
Voices that are now being heard loud and clear, telling the story of the Esparza brothers whose descendants still live in San Antonio.
One brother is a Mexican soldier at the Alamo Company. The other one is not, and he sides with the Texan rebels, right, for this independence movement. So you have brother versus brother. And that story is one that touches everyone because it's a story as old as time.
When one brother died defending the Alamo, the other asked Santa Ana for permission to give him a proper Christian burial. He is the only defender who had this privilege. Stories like this one and teaching visitors why we say, remember the Alamo, give Rodriguez great satisfaction.
It's a labor of love because every time that we get to find something new to add to our story, it's a win. And the more we can add, the better. And so we've shifted over the years where we're talking more about the Spanish period, the Mexican period, revolution, but everything else in between, because it all ties together. You can't make a tapestry without every thread being tied in. And all of us are part of that tapestry.
The tapestry that his father, who passed away earlier this year, was so proud to see his Mexican-American son sharing with the world.
And it's one of those real special things that the Alamo has been at the center. And, you know, I'm not only privileged to be here, but it's an honor to be one of the people that cares for one of the most valuable things in the entire state of Texas, the Alamo. My name is Ernesto Rodriguez. I am a graduate of Edgewood Independent School District, St. Mary's University. I work here at the Alamo. I'm the senior curator, historian, and lecturer. And I wish you all a happy Hispanic Heritage Month.